Bitcoin, has the trend reversed? Is the bull market back in action, or was it just fake short-term news? Well, that's what we're going to look at in today's video. If you like today's video, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification because I want to add daily value to you. And if you don't know me by now, my name is Jiggy. I'm the award-winning author of The Extraordinary New Venture Capital Opportunity, How to Invest Like a Pro. Been trading currencies for over 15 years, featured in this best-selling book back in 2008, High Probability Trading Strategies. And now I just bring that knowledge and wisdom to you in the crypto and blockchain space. So, Bitcoin. Right, we had this amazing price move. You know, it tagged the $40,000 mark. Biggest move on the upside since April 19th or thereabouts. But was it real? Was it real? Or was it just a bit of fake news? So let's dive straight in. So I'm going to show you a couple of things, right? We had an amazing news announcement from Amazon, an insider in Amazon, and it was something 2 days ago, something like Amazon definitely, quotations literally, definitely lining up Bitcoin payments and token, confirms insider, right? Now, if Amazon gets involved with Bitcoin, yes, that is amazing, stunning news, which is going to be bullish for the price action. However, a couple of days later, Amazon denies accepting Bitcoin, right? Amazon denies accepting Bitcoin. So what is this whole, news? So one of the things that I used to do when I was trading currencies and I was, using the methodologies, a lot of the methodologies in this particular book, is I used to pay attention to a particular news announcement called non-farm payroll. Non-farm payroll. So it was all technical analysis other than non-farm payroll. Why? It was an announcement every first Friday of every month, but it really fluctuated the price. And I want to show you something today before we kind of jump into the Bitcoin charts to see what's likely to happen next. To kind of get this reference into your mind. Have you seen the movie Trading Places? It was released in 1998. That's quite a while away, right? That's like 37 years ago. This movie, brilliant movie, love it. But there's a particular scene where they do some insider trading, which is illegal, where they get a report, the information of the report before the announcement's going to be made the next few days. And in that report will tell us what is likely to happen with, I think it was orange juice contracts. What's going to happen with those contracts? Is it going to be a massive supply or a shortage of supply, which will affect and impact the price? So there's a news announcement. I'll just show you this clip. There's 3 short clips, just how you kind of get the psychology of the markets. Because back in the day with stock markets, this was literally trading floors. I actually know one of the guys that helped direct this to kind of get the real vibe of the trading floor, what it felt like. So I'm just going to press play and I'm just going to ad lib on a bit of the story and then we'll jump into some technicals. So I'm going to turn the volume up as high as I can, which I think I've got it on max already. So here we go. Now they're driving the market down. They're driving the market down and selling. But what they assume is going to happen, these guys over here, is that the price should be skyrocketing because they've got some insider information. But Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd actually gave them the false information.
Something's wrong. Where's Wilson? What are they doing here? They're selling, Mortimer. Well, that's ridiculous. Unless the crop report. God help us.
So they got the crop report, but the price should be shooting through the roof, and the news announcement is about to come out very, very shortly. But the guys have played them. They played them. Great movie. But it kind of gives you a flavor for how news can manipulate the markets, right? Because if there's optimism but it's based on false information, it can drive the price. So let's just jump into the same scene, same kind of part of the movie, but then the crop report's about to come out. The crop report is about to come out. They believe it should be something, and we're going to see what the crop report says. And this is what happens in real life. This is what happens in real life. There's certain announcements that get made. Non-farm payroll is at 1:30 p.m. UK time every first Friday of the month, and this is what happens with traditional markets, forex markets, stock markets, etc.
Secretary of Agriculture,
the Secretary of Agriculture is about to do the crop report announcement to say what's oranges looking like, what's the weather looking like for oranges and supply and demand.
The orange crop estimates for the next year.
Keeping us in suspense.
After calculating the estimates from various orange producing states, we have concluded the following. The cold winter has apparently not affected the orange harvest.
So what he said there was the cold winter has not apparently affected the orange harvest, meaning there's not going to be a shortage of oranges. So that means there's not going to be, price is not going to go crazy because people are going to try and get their oranges. So now these guys have just realized they've got the false report because they got the information the other way around. So if we just play a couple more seconds of this, these guys are smiling because they're playing the market the other way. So the senator just said the prices are now due to fall based on there's an excess of supply. So we now start seeing the price tanking. Right, look at the price just tanking. I'm just going to play one more part of the scene. I'm just going to skip forward on the next part where they kind of get the realization of the price was driving up to $1.46 or $1.42, and you're going to see a price which is like really low, massive pullback. But these guys bet pretty much their whole house on this because of this inside information. 29 cents.
Happy New Year! Good fun. Valentine.
Hey, how'd you make out today?
How could you do this to us after everything we've done for you?
Oh, see, I made Lewis a bet here. Lewis bet me that we couldn't both get rich and put y'all in the poorhouse at the same time. You think?
Just a quick side note, if you haven't seen the movie, they basically flipped the script. Those other two guys, the older gentlemen, made the exact same bet with these two guys. You know, Eddie Murphy's a homeless guy and says, look, I bet you we can get anyone to become rich. And now they just went, let's just flip the script.
I think we can do it. I won.
I lost. $1.
Thank you, Lewis.
After you.
Certainly.
Margin call, gentlemen. Well, you can't expect us to
know the rules of the exchange, Mr. Duke. All accounts to be settled at the end of the day's trading, without exception.
You know.
So they were trading on something called margin, which is basically where you get to multiply your money. But if things don't go right, you get liquidated, and they're losing their seat in the exchange. So why I'm showing you this is it's similar, a bit more extreme in the movie with the Amazon, right? You know, what, there's news announcements coming out. People are planning there's bigger players at bay planning, and they know this kind of news is going to drive Bitcoin prices up. But then when it drives the price out, they know eventually the cat's going to come out of the bag to say, actually, it's not real. So the price likely is going to come back down. So now let's just jump out. Now, by the way, how did you like that? You know, we just picked out a little movie. It kind of came into my mind of non-farm payroll. That's what I used to pay attention to every single first Friday of the month when trading currencies, because it's really important. Every first Friday of the month, price just goes crazy for that, like an hour or two based on the non-farm payroll, very similar to how we saw on that crop report. But this is what's happening all the time when positive and negative news comes out. It's one of the reasons I don't watch the news. I literally just don't watch the news, especially if I'm trading or, because it doesn't impact the price, but you can't anticipate the news unless you got insider information, which is unlikely. So if you like that, let me know in the comments below. What was your favorite scene of Eddie Murphy, Dan Aykroyd, the whole Trading Places, or even just simply if you've seen the movie. If you haven't, it's a brilliant movie. It's an old school one, 1983 it came out. So now let's just jump into some price action with Bitcoin, right? So let's just go back to the line chart, closing day data. Let's just move this out of the picture here. Let's just zoom in a bit. So we can see, this Amazon news announcement came out around here, and we can just see this price just drove up. So the thing I want to show you today is it's a tough one. If there wasn't this fake news and the price action was a bit lower down, this will be really positive bullish behavior, but it's the way the price action from an Elliott wave perspective is showing. If I just bring up an arrow, I'll get the right one, is we're still on this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're kind of looking for a 5-wave structure on the downside, and I don't think that's been reached yet. It hasn't been reached yet, and this what makes it a bit tough, because looking just purely at the technicals, this move to the upside here is pretty much bigger than any other upside move that we've had for a very long while. Like, even if we just compare it to this part here, this is much more bullish overall. So that's positive for Bitcoin. But the fact of the matter is, we need to be aware, very aware, if I can just pull up the rectangle, that this price action the last 2-3 days, especially this part here, was fake news. Fake news, Amazon, a few other things. So what's likely to happen, just even from a technical standpoint, is that we'll get a continuation of the downtrend to finish off this correction, this part of the movement here. The momentum's overbought. I don't think we're going to see a surge straight away, and typically you'll see a pullback anyway. So I wouldn't get overly optimistic at this stage of the market. I think we're close to coming towards the end of Bitcoin's low, but I don't think we're there yet. I'm thinking, if I can grab this properly, I'm thinking in this kind of zone over here is what we're gonna, not guaranteed, but it's likely, because I don't think this correction has finished yet, or even this move to the downside has finished yet. So there's a couple of things. Weekly indicator is bullish, so sideways to up overall, but I think we're gonna see maybe 3 to 5 days of sideways to down, maybe making a new low, and that might be the end of this whole downward movement before the market really returns bullish. So there you have it, Bitcoin update. You got a bit of trading places, you get a bit of information on news and how the real world news affects trading floors. Obviously Bitcoin is not on trading floors and everything's been digitized since, but that was in 1983. That was traditional trading at its best, and you can kind of get a feel for the psychology. So if you like today's video, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Let me know. What was your favorite part of the movie? Was it seeing Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd get rich, or seeing the other two guys, Mortimer and I can't remember the other guy's name, getting poor, put into the poorhouse, taste of their own medicine, right? So let's finish on a quote, still on this book, The Winning Investment Habits of Warren Buffett and George Soros, chapter 15. Never second guess your system, right? It's important that you have a system. It doesn't matter if it's really complex or if it's really simple. I love simple stuff, because Leonardo da Vinci said it best. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. So you want to have a mechanical, objective system, because if you're riding off your emotions in the moment, it's tough to make money, because you're more often than not going to make the bad choice. Whereas if you've got a system and you just ride that system, the idea is that you become the casino. So let's just read the second one here. This is from Jill Blake. For me, it's important to be loyal to my system. When I'm not, I've made a mistake. Right? So first job is get a system. Doesn't matter what it is. Just have a system. It could be as simple as I buy top 10 coins when they do a 50% or more pullback. And when they go to a certain price, when they do a 3x, I exit a third. That's a system. You can replicate that over the long term. So you can come up with your own system. Let me know what your system is, and let me know if you want more help on developing a system also. All right, cool. That was good. That was good fun one today at Trading Places. I'll see you soon in a future video.